This reading is from the 3 books of occult philosophy written by Henry Cornelius Agrippa. And this is part of the series on God. This comes from Volume 2, Chapter 7. It's titled, That the Knowledge of the True God is Necessary for a Magician, and What the Old Magicians and Philosophers Have Thought Concerning God. Seeing that the being and operation of all things depend on the Most High God, creator of all things, from thence also on other divine powers, to whom is also granted a power of fashioning and creating, not principally indeed, but instrumentally by virtue of the first Creator. For the beginning of everything is the first cause, and what is produced by the second causes is much more produced by the first, which is the producer of the second causes, which therefore we call secondary gods. It is necessary, therefore, that every magician know that very God, which is the first cause, the creator of all things, and also the other gods or divine powers, which we call the second causes, and not to be ignorant with what adoration, reverence, holy rites, comfortable to the condition of everyone, they are to be worshipped. Whoever therefore invocates the gods and doth not confer on them their due honor, nor rightly distribute to them what belongs to them, shall neither enjoy their presence nor any successful effect from them. As in harmony, if one string be broken, the whole music jars, and sometimes incurs the hazard of punishment, as is written of the Assyrians, who Salamansar planted in Samaria, because they knew not the customs of the God of the land. The Lord did send lions amongst them, who slew them, because they were ignorant of the rites of the God of the land. Now, therefore, let us see what the old magicians and philosophers thought concerning God. For we read from Nicaronte, a tyrant of Cyprus, long since asking, who was the greatest God? The Serapean oracle answered him, and he was to be accounted the greatest God, whose head was the heavens, the sea his belly, the earth his feet, his ears placed in the sky, his eyes the light of the glorious sun. Not unmuch like to this, Orpheus sang in these verses. The heavens Jove, royal's palace, he's king, fountain, virtue, and God of everything. He is omnipotent, in his breast, earth, water, fire, and air do take their rest. Both night and day, true wisdom and sweet love are all contained in this vast bulk of Jove. His neck and glorious head, if you would see, behold the heaven high and majesty. The glorious rays of stars do represent his golden locks and head's adornment. And elsewhere, bright Phoebus and the moon are the 2 eyes of this great Jove by which all things he spies. His head, which predicts all, is placed in the sky, from which no noise can whisper secretly. It pierceth all. The body vast extends, both far and wide, and knows no bounds nor ends. The spacious air his breast, his wings the wind, by which he flies far swifter than the mind. His belly is our Mother Earth, who swells into huge mountains, whom the ocean fill, and circles his feet are the rocks and stones, which of the globe are the foundations. This Jove under the earth conceals all things, and from the depth into the light them brings. Therefore they thought the whole world to be Jupiter, and truly he hath produced the soul of the world, which containeth the world in itself. Hence Sophocles said, in truth there is but only one God, who hath made this heaven and the spacious earth. And Euripides saith, behold the Most High, who everywhere embraceth in his arms the immeasurable heaven of the earth. Believe that he is Jupiter, account him God. And Ennius the poet sings, behold this bright sublime shining, whom call all Jove. Therefore the whole world is Jupiter, as Porphyr saith, a creature made of all creatures, and a god constituted of all gods. But Jupiter is so far as we can understand, from whence all things are produced, creating all things by his wisdom. Hence Orpheus sings concerning the holy word, there is one God, who all things hath created, preserves, and over all is elevated. He only by our mind is comprehended, to poor mortals he ne'er ill intended, besides whom there is no other is, and a little after, he himself is the beginning, middle, and the end. As the ancient prophets have taught us, to whom God long since delivered these things in 2 tables, and he calleth him in the same verse the only great creator and immortal. Zoroastus, likewise in the second history of the Persians, defineth God thus, God is the first of all things, which suffer neither decay nor corruption, unbegot, never dying, without parts, and most like himself, the author and promoter of all good things, the father of all, the most beautiful and wise, the sacred light of justice, the absolute perfection of nature, the contriver and wisdom thereof. Apuleius also describes him to be a king, the cause, foundation, and original beginning of all nature, the supreme begetter of spirits, eternal, the preserver of living creatures, a father with propagation, not to be comprehended by time, place, or any other circumstance, and therefore imaginable to a few, utterable to none. From hence, therefore, Euripides commanded the highest god to call Jupiter, through whose head Orpheus sang all things came into this light. But the other powers he supposeth to be subservient, which are without God, and separated from him, and are by the philosophers called as ministers or angels of God, and separated intelligences. Therefore they say religious worship to be due to this most high Jupiter, and to him only, but to the other divine powers not to be due unless for his sake. So there you have it. That is from the 3 books of occult philosophy written by Henry Cornelius Agrippa. This is volume 2, and it's from chapter 7. And again, some of these philosophers are the greatest philosophers in history that he's quoting here, and they're all proclaiming that Jupiter is the soul of the world. He is the true God. He's the king of gods. And this is going to be the common theme that you're going to hear throughout a lot of these teachings that I'm going to be bringing to you on who is God, what is God. And again, they consider Jupiter to not only be God, but the king of the universe. He's the creator of the heavens and the earth and of man. He is the light that is in all of us. He is the light that is in nature. He is the light that connects us all through the one consciousness. He is the all. Again, I thank you for listening. This is Mo from the GnosticWarrior.com and the Order of the Gnostics. For some more great teachings, please go to GnosticWarrior.com. And if you'd like to subscribe or become a member, please click on the Become a Member section, and you can listen to more of these great teachings, podcasts, and get our exclusive Order of the Gnostics book.